Hare Krishna, everyone. I've been given this opportunity to speak about the path of bhakti and how do we face in this current situation of COVID-19. So let's just start with the invocation prayer. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarupeksha Kripa Sindhubhe Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So let me go ahead and share a PowerPoint that I have made ready for this presentation. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start here. So the role of bhakti in the face of COVID-19 crisis, right? That's the topic we are going to be talking about. So what just happened? This is a question that comes to mind for everybody, not just devotees, non-devotees, everyone who's in this world. It is like the whole world, everything just got shaken. The services got disrupted. Association with devotees got disrupted. There are no more festivals. Other changes are happening in the life. People are either losing their jobs, businesses are getting affected, and people who are currently in the job, like example, healthcare workers or even frontline workers, those who work in different stores and things like that, they have increased workload because of this. So you are at the extreme. Either you're getting laid off or there's like increased stress of everything that you're doing. All of this is causing emotional trauma to you. And at this point, it is very natural to feel that your faith is getting challenged because of all of the stress factors. So, what do you do in this situation? So, the first step is really to acknowledge the situation. There is no way you can run away from the situation. So, you would rather acknowledge it. Now, as a devotee, we have always been taught not to fear from the repeated, like you really don't even want the repeated birth and death cycle. This whole world is temporary, it is material. This is not somewhere where we belong to, it is not everlasting. In Bhagavad Gita 8.15, Krishna described this material world as dukhalayam ashashvatam. So that's what we have known, and then we are really acknowledging that. But what does that mean? Do we do nothing and just, stay and watch? How do we react? Like, what are we supposed to do? So really, in the beginning, if you think about it, it's so important that not to get so carried away by everything. Rather pause, take a moment, and really accept the situation. So in this COVID situation, is this in my circle of control? Or is it in my circle of concern? Or do I have any influence on this? So if you're already familiar with these three circles, so there could be like a number of list of things that could be in my circle of concern. Do I have any capability to handle all of them? Like this is like a pandemic right now. How much can I be able to control any of that stuff? No, so it's not. Coming down to the circle of influence, there are things that I could be doing, and and I'll go over some of that stuff right now, but that's something I could be doing for influencing others. And then the big part where I have major control over, that is the circle of control, which is my own part. That's the small circle over here. So in Bhagavad Gita 3.21, Krishna says, Yet yet achrati shresttas tattad evadaro jana sayat pramana kurute lokastad anuvardate. Translation: whatever action a great man performs, common men follow, and whatever standard he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So it is so important that we set a good example for others. It is not just not enough that we take care of ourselves and we do the right thing, but people are definitely watching you. They may be asking you a question. When you are so much grounded in your faith, how do you react? What do you do? So it's like active and passively. There are people are observing you. They are looking up to you to see how things are being done. So it's so important that you do set that good example. So first is, let's talk about act. Now this is the first step that is under the circle of your control. So what is it that personally I can do which is under my control to improve? So the basic and the foremost is focus on sadhana. Develop a strong morning and evening routine, because unless I am internally strong, I will not be able to do anything. I cannot give anything forward because internally I am breaking down. Develop good time management skills, because it's so important to follow the hours and keeping up with your responsibilities, especially like if you're working remotely right now, like as so many of us are doing. It is so easy for us to get mixed up. Your day starts at 7 and your day doesn't end until 7 p.m. sometimes, because of, again, as I said earlier, there could be a lot more responsibilities and things that could be pushed to us because of the COVID work. So it is so important that you delineate your responsibilities and don't let all that get mixed up. Maintain space regulations. So again, as I said earlier, don't mix work life spiritual spaces all together. It is so important to have that spiritual space where you are able to focus, meditate, and have that alone time every morning. So that's your really sadhana. And then personally, also this is very important, is that you refrain from overindulgence in news and media. As you can see that every day, the number of the counts are just going on increasing. And it's being highlighted so much. Literally every hour it gets updated, I feel that. So it is so important that you need to know what is happening, and you also need to know all the practical steps and everything. It's not like you completely like refrain from seeing any of that. You do need to be in the know. However, overindulgence is also going to just cause you more distress, emotional distress. So do how much is needed, but not overindulgence. Avoid the lower modes of ignorance and passion. How that happens is that switching into the lower modes of ignorance will be something like feeling so depressed, feeling so stressed, not able to act according to what is needed. So that is not good at all, because with that you can't even face the circumstance what you need to do, because you're so down. Whereas if you're passionate, you may just feel like this COVID is nothing. I can just go about doing my stuff and not take adequate precautions and just be overconfident about yourself. So that's not good either. So it is so important that you maintain the mode of goodness and act wisely. Now, the practical steps, of course, this is something you have been hearing all along: washing hands, social distancing, taking the necessary precautions, wearing a mask while you're going out to the store. These are things that you are needed to do. And then, of course, the physical and psychological support is big, because it's not something that we have faced commonly. So in the family members, everybody in the community, wherever you can offer the physical and psychological support is important as well. Now, again, coming down to what can you do for the community, right? Now, this is a circle of influence. Now, there are various services that you could be offering in the community. I've seen like many things come up. I've been also helping out with some of these services here, making and donating masks, funds, helping the elderly, and of course, prasadam seva too. That is something we could easily be doing. So in that way, ultimately, but the important thing is you need to understand that Krishna is at the center and he is the ultimate benefactor of all sacrifices. In Bhagavad Gita 9.27, Krishna says, Yat karoshi yad yashnasi, yad juhosi dadasi yat tapashyasi kaunteya, tat kurusva madarpanam. Translation, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So all of these services are important, but compared to what a general person would do versus what a devotee would do, the main difference is that the services are being done as an offering to the Lord. So that's very key point here. Along with this, it is also important to adapt. Now you have to adapt at all three levels, at the circle of the personal circle, circle of control, circle of influence, and also circle of concern, right? So what does this look like? You personally, for us, like here at the temple too, Iskana Phoenix, the congregation has adapted so well to many of these things. So it included switching over our programs. Like, so we switched our Sunday Vedic school to online programs. All the classes continued. We did not have even a single week of break. Bhakti Vriksha switched. We meet every weekend. Again, the programs continued. In fact, our congregation came up with more programs. So we have daily morning japa call, evening japa call, where the devotees are coming together. So meeting the association is so important, maintaining the association with devotees, that everybody just started feeling they were missing coming to the temple and all of that. So in lieu of that were all the online programs. And there were so many programs that everybody enthusiastically started and participated that helped a lot with all of this. Now again, all of these activities, no matter if it is online or in person, seeing everything as a service to the Lord, that helps a lot with that too. Deity service, if you were offering deity service at the temple, now you are continuing with the deity service at home. The key factor is again to keep up with the devotional service. Now, how does a devotee understand all of this suffering? So in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14a, this is the very popular verse. Tattenukampam susamekshamano bunjana evatmakritam vipakam hritvagvapubhirvidadam namaste jivetu mukti pada sada pade sadaya bhak. Translation, my dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds, and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. So, as we all know, the story of Lord Gajendra, he was, suffering. The crocodile was having his leg in his mouth for such a long time. And then, with all this misery, when he called out to Krishna, that's the time Krishna came and liberated him. So that's the situation for all of us. We either have an opportunity as devotees. When we have taken shelter of the Lord, we know that the karma is being taken away by the Lord. However, there are still opportunities that we need to improve. There are reasons where Krishna sees that we need to take a step beyond in order to get to him. So he is going to put us through different circumstances, different opportunities for us to learn, so we can improve and make our path clear so we can go back to him. So that's really the lesson learned from all of this suffering that we are seeing. Ultimately, you surrender to the Lord. And the 6 limbs of surrender, accepting those things which are favorable to devotional service, rejecting unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give me protection. the acceptance of the Lord as one's guardian and master, full self surrender and humility, the six limbs of surrender. And as long as we have the strong conviction that the Lord is there, He will be there to me for me to protect it. And He is going to be there giving me all the security that I need. So that's really what it comes down to. This is one of my favorite verses from Shri Valmiki Ramayana 6:18-33, where Lord Ram says that he who seeks refuge in me just once, telling me that I am yours, I shall give him assurance of safety against all type of beings. This is my solemn pledge. So this is very significant how the assurance is given. In here also, Lord Ram is saying, even just once, if you said, Tavasmi, Krishna, I am yours, that's it. He will be there. He is going to definitely give you all the protection and safety. So ultimately, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.